Chapter 2 Exploration. As Jessica wanders through the vast and seemingly endless halls, she can't help but feel hopeless. At this rate, we're never going to find her. Jessica turns her head to look at Jane's soulless eyes, with barely any humanity left in them. What do you think, Jane? Should we keep going? Jane gives no response, seemingly ignoring her. Jessica sees another hallway connected to the one she's on. She also sees a nearby medical room with a musty-riddled sign on the doorway. As she walks through, she is met with surprise. A grotesque, conjoined corpse with an unrecognizable body, all but for the face, drops down and swings towards Jessica, hitting her face first. Jane stands behind her and witnesses the horror in front of Jessica's eyes. Filled with fear and regret, Jessica, in shock, steps away and tries to visualize the horror that just jumped her. With fear and anxiety, Jessica tenses up and screams, "Claire! What happened to my sister? What the hell has happened to her?" Jessica collapsed on the ground. Waterfalls of tears burst from her eyes in a seemingly endless amount. She was like a sister to me, sighs Claire. What could have happened to her? Who could have done this? Why would anyone do this? Claire was a pure soul. Why did she have to go? Why did it have to be her? Jane's smile grew larger and her cackling grew louder. Something was deeply wrong with her. Claire turns her attention to Jane. "Jane, are you okay?" Jane responded with, "No, I'm not okay. We just saw a fucking corpse. We're never gonna get out of here, are we?" "What are you talking about, Jane? Of course we're getting out. We know where the entrance is." Jane and Jessica walked back to the entrance with Jane's losing sanity. By the time they arrived, both Jason and Nick were deeply disturbed at Jane. "What happened to Jane?" Nick says. Jessica and Jane were silent. Nick looks at Jessica's face. "Is that flesh?" Jessica responds with, It's Claire. She's not with us anymore." "What the hell happened to her?" Nick screams. Jessica, still in shock, says, "I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. If you didn't just leave her alone, none of this would have happened." "I'm sorry. I don't know what to do," Jessica says. "The blood is on your hands. Did you kill her?" Jessica says, "No, and neither did Jane. We just found her like this. We're not sure what happened." "Why don't you do something, Jason? Or are you just going to stand there like the pussy you are?" Jason rears his fist, waiting to strike. "You're all failures. We've lost our best friend, and it's all your fault, Jason. If you hadn't..." Jason interrupts Nick by uppercutting his chin hard, effectively knocking him out. Jane became catatonic, while Jason and Jessica drags Nick's unconscious body across the hallway, looking for a room to spend the night in. "Look," Jessica said, "there's a medical room." A sign ahead of them, to the right side of the hallway, labeled Medical Room 04. Jessica and Jason dragged Nick and set him up by the patient chair while they laid on the operator bed together. They slowly fell asleep, but Jane didn't move, not for a while. Her legs started shaking, and her mind was shattered. By this point, She went completely insane. Her mind snapped, and there was nothing left but a hollow shell of a human being traumatic. A few traumatic experiences later, and she was gone for good. Time seemed irrelevant here, but it seemed early morning by the time Jack, Nick, and Jessica were all asleep.